Even though sometimes the flow was unnecessarily interrupted with exposition, the anime still held up well. Sung's rise from noob to GM has finally started. Next up for an anime adaptation should hopefully be Demonic Evolution or The Boxer. If you haven't read those yet, you are seriously missing out.
Let's get it. So giving yourself the best shot.
In a world desperate against ants. Okay bro, normal people aren't strong enough. And neither are hunters. Sure, S ranks can make a decent dent, but not enough to reclaim the island even if Speedo Sonic lend a hand. So what can an E rank do then? This is the story of Sung, the world's weakest hunter. Now he's heading into a dungeon that's set to change his life. First up, slaying some goblins, where Sung continues his tradition of getting hurt, making him feel like he's in UK for a moment. Once he's back in shape thanks to his healer friends, the dungeon boss is already down. But it seems the dungeon isn't over just yet. After a quick vote, they head deeper inside. Soon they are knocking on the next dungeon boss's door, ready for a rude awakening. No sooner are they inside than the door slams shut and gets a fresh coat of paint from a statue. A D rank is gone as if it were nothing. Thanks to Sung's instincts, he manages to save several from an eye final flash. Still, they are stuck there. The leader of the group is cosplaying Shanks. While some were volunteering to be roasted chickens, it was only Sung who figured out what was going on and led the others through the 3 commandments. First, worship God. So bow down and with a Chelsea grin, the test is passed. The second commandment, praise God. But not the way a learned hunter might think. It was Sung who caught on. Everyone had to go to the statues with instruments so they could play a tune that would chill the big boss out. Sung is now slightly injured, but still the journey continues with the third commandment. Prove your faith. An altar rises and a sacrifice is demanded. At first, they wanted to start a revolt and sacrifice the leader, but it goes differently. Everyone must approach the altar, which ignites the flames, opens the door, and activates the statues when you look away. The first one loses her nerve and flees, then the second flees, and the third. So, Sung has to stay back to save everyone else. His start as a full-time gamer. Everything is back where it belongs, he was pulled out of the dungeon without any temple or anything, and to check if he has awakened a second time, there's a mana checkup at the hospital. Nope, still E rank. But with a notification that no one else can see. He still needs to install an adblock though. For now, he ignores the daily Saitama quest and takes the penalty. Survive 4 hours in the desert with dozens of elder centipedes. After surviving, he decides not to ignore it again. He's living the gamer life with an inventory, skill points and rewards like an instant dungeon. But before he's going there, he visits his mother, who has succumbed to eternal sleep. So finally, he can progress from noob to pro gamer. Off to the London Underground Simulator. First, slap around some fodder to level up, then acquire Fifi as a pet. Unfortunately, Sung can't afford a dog, so he boots farewell to the pooch with a fist of love. But it turns out the dog was dishonorable, and so it brings its cousins, who are merely walking experience points for Sung. After enough farming, they are no longer a problem. Then there's the boss, Aoda, at the bottom of the stairs, who greets Sung with a swift cock slap. With a broken sword, Sung has to run at first. But giving up isn't an option. Even though the snake is quite strong, Sung manages to clinch to the anaconda and really give him a proper choking. For real, he's just crushing it now. That gets him some EXP and a nice dagger. Back outside, he immediately heads to a dungeon break where the giant stone golem has too many defense points. The hunters there are struggling, so Sung steps in to help out with his broken sword. The Saitama training really did the trick. His body has completely transformed. He has built muscle and even grown taller. And all that without losing a single hair. Financial worries should be a thing of the past, now that he's finally strong enough to make a mark in the dungeons. So he heads into the next dungeon with Jin-Woo and Dong-sak's group. Bro, his mother must have really hated him to give him such a name. No wonder the guy behind his nice facade, he's actually a real jerk. Dong-sak has a liking for bringing weak outsiders into his group, only to coldly dispose them in the dungeon, so that he and his crew can take all the loot. Which, of course, is exactly what Dong-sak tries with Sung and Jin-Woo. So they get rid of all the fodder and lock the two in the boss room, which wakens the boss from his beauty sleep, but Sung is already in the mood for some beef. The King Spider is as tough as anticipated. Jin-Woo thinks Sung is a murderous deceiver, when in reality he's just a guy saving his ass. Even though the massive arachnid manages to catch Sung and inflict serious injuries, Sung has instant healing up his sleeve, which he promptly uses to get back in shape and deliver a lethal blow to the spider. With that pest dispatched, the other vermin in the group come back, trying to coax Jin-Woo away. But he's not playing along. After all, he knows what Sung is capable of. Sung allows one attack, just to give these jerks a taste of their own medicine. No remorse as he sends one after another to meet Enmadayo. Dong-sak finally lives to his own name and is forced to swallow his own medicine, which was actually the only way to get out of this mess. Sung can't feel entirely secure because, with his upgrade, he no longer feels the effects of alcohol. And Dong-sak's younger brother, an S-rank hunter currently living in America, has put Sung on the death list. Jin-Woo comes from a wealthy family and wants to prove something to his father. So he aims to become a guildmaster with Sung's help, which requires participating in 20 raids. For that, he would give him 30 billion. Initially uninterested and just wanted to complete his daily quest, but this time he aims to double everything to get a reward. A key to the fortress of the devil, with which he hopes to awaken his mother from eternal sleep. Just a quick look inside and he's immediately battling the Guardian of Hell, Cerberus. Not only does Cerberus look dangerous, but he's also incredibly strong. With the front roll attack, he manages to distract Sung and does serious damage before he buffs up and really starts his rampage. Now it's all about instant healing and trying to survive. Once that's accomplished, he of course let himself be caught to stab an eye, which seems to be a weak spot because even though Cerberus has 5 more, he's down. And even as Sung levels up now, he decides to retreat for now. Back at the negotiation table, Sung agrees to Jin-Woo's offer on the condition that only the two of them enter the dungeon. But until everything is finalized, there is some time left to tackle another dungeon. One that needs to be cleared with some old acquaintances and guarded prisoners. Unlike before, Sung no longer gets injured. Feeling the location of the boss, he immediately knows where to go. The rest of the group encounters the prisoners who were turned into dead men walking by Overseer Kang, because another man had previously bribed him as they were responsible for his daughter's death. However, money is of no interest to Kang, he only wants to see blood. The others who caught him in the act suffered the same fate, something Sung cannot allow to continue. The old Shanks, with the help of Yu-Hee, keeps up well, but despite a well-planned Yamamoto trap, he cannot win. But as mentioned, Sung won't allow it. Though it won't be easy, he switches into Goku mode to take down Kang, even in his invisibility mode. Kang's demise brings out his inner Nietzsche. Once outside, Sung is covered, which raises some suspicions, but he continues to operate incognito for the time being. The only thing left is the farewell with Yu-Hee. She's hanging up her career, though she could still be a good doctor. Sung is now alerted to Dong-sak's S-rank brother, which only fuels his motivation further. Thus, he quickly continues with solo dungeon raids with Jin-Woo, while the others get to chill outside. It's a great opportunity to test out Kang's copied invisibility ability. They moving from one dungeon to the next, distributing clean, dynamic entries every day. However, it soon becomes obvious that Jin-Woo is buying up all the C-rank dungeons and Sung is always involved. This catches the attention of Light's uncle, who instantly puts the pieces together and identifies Sung, attempting to leverage this knowledge, though it backfires.
信じられないのでしたらここに証拠もあります
Flip, flop, flooba dooba blop, flooba dooba beep, oh flop.
Instead, he is intimidated by Sung.
あれ
And just like that, Sung sells the C-rank dungeons again for a bit above the market price. The class change quest begins while Jin-Woo dines with his family.
兄さん久しぶりだなジンホ
In the dungeon itself, there are knights against whom his daggers are ineffective, but assassins and magicians where the daggers remain very effective. Jin-Woo faces his own challenge with his brother, who also wants to become a guildmaster and is even recruiting from abroad to achieve this.
俺の邪魔だけはするなよ
Sung powers up as he approaches the boss Igris. Unlike before, this boss is on a whole different level. But let's be honest, a cape adds plus 100 points to all stats. However, the student of Mihawk also has honor and lays down his sword as Sung sheathed his dagger. And without the cape, the odds improve. Naturally, though, without his sick-ass sword, he's faster than usual. So Sung gets dishonorably punched around. Yet, with his dagger, he still manages to prevail and, despite the difficulty, he succeeds. Rewards are given, but the quest is not over yet. Knights emerge from portals, blasting Sung's kneecaps as if he hadn't paid his debts to the mafia. Hiding is futile because the magicians can always find him. His inner doubter tries to plant seeds of doubt in his mind. However, Sung is lucky because he hadn't completed his daily quest and is saved by the penalty quest that sends him to the desert where he can do some solo leveling. After 4 hours of farming, he returns and realizes that he must first eliminate the magicians as they are summoning the knights. Once they are gone, the quest is completed and he ascends to a necromancer. Since he completed the quest with high marks, he is immediately promoted to the Shadow Monarch, allowing him to utter the long-awaited words.
Arise
The knights and magicians rise as a shadow army from the dead. But if they can be brought back, then so can Igris. It takes a few tries, but after a talk no jutsu, he finally has his commander Igris by his side, who once again lets his badassery show with his cape. Let's get to a conclusion. We have 12 good episodes, no mediocre or bad ones. Overall, a very strong first season. But this only sets the stage for the second season to really take it to the next level next time. And if you want to see more, you can head over here to Parasite and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss anything.